guys, it's Emily, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Reading Rush TBR. So the Reading Rush is a readathon that was previously known as a booktubeathon, and it is taking place from July 22nd until July 28th. I actually meant to participate in the booktubeathon last year. I had a TBR all planned out and I wanted to participate, but I never ended up being able to take part in the readathon because I was away on vacation to Orlando, Florida. And so this is kind of my first time participating in this readathon, and I am super excited because this year not only have they rebranded, but they have also released a website and you can add friends on there. And if you want to be my friend, I will leave the link to my profile in the description box down below, and I will also leave all of the information that you might need for this readathon in the description box as well. So without further ado, let's jump into the TBR. So the first challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover, and for that I have The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. So this is probably the only book in my July TBR that had purple on the cover, and so this is why I picked this one. I loved The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, and this is the companion novel in that duology, and I really liked Felicity's character in the first book, so I'm very excited to see where the adventure will take her in the second book. I haven't heard that many great reviews about it, but I'm still very excited. I don't know too much about the plot of this one. I just know that it follows Felicity, and I don't know, I'm excited. I think it involves like petticoats and pirates and adventures, and I'm just very excited for this one. The next challenge is to read a book in the same spot, and I'll be honest, I get most of my reading done on my bed, so any of the books that I'm about to present to you guys are books that could count for that challenge, but I still have chosen a specific book for that just because, you know, wanted to attribute a book to that challenge, but that's one that's less secure, and that book is The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. This is the shortest book on my TBR. As you'll see, I am very over ambitious with this TBR. I know I won't be able to read all of this, but I'd like to try. I don't think I need to tell you guys the plot of this one, but I've been meaning to rereading it ever since they announced that Susan Collins was going to release a new book in the Hunger Games series. It's actually going to be a prequel, and so I just thought that this was the perfect time for me to read it because I've been wanting to read it, and I think that since it's pretty short compared to the other books in my TBR, I think I might be able to read it all in the same spot. The next challenge is to read a book that you meant to read last year, and for that I have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the book that everyone talked about last year, and they're still talking about it this year, but since there was so much hype surrounding it last year, I wanted to read it so badly, but I never got around to reading it, and so this year it's time for me to finally pick this up. I am so excited for this book. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read two of her other books, really love her writing, and I've heard that this is her best novel yet, so I'm very excited to see what it's all about. But to tell you guys a little bit more about the story of this, we are following our main character, Evelyn Hugo, who was an old Hollywood star, and one day she calls this unknown journalist and asks her to come and write her biography. Like I said, I have heard so many great things about this book, and I am just so excited to finally be able to read this. The next challenge was kind of a challenging one, to be completely honest, and that is to read a book with a non-human main character. Now, I wasn't sure what counted as non-human. I don't know if that's too much of a stretch, but I chose Cress by Marissa Meyer. In this book, we have cyborgs, we have lunars, so people who are not from Earth, so I feel like that counts, but we also have an android. I feel like we have a variety of characters that are not necessarily human. I don't know if that's stretching it or not, but I wanted to read Cress. I just wanted to be given an opportunity to read this. This is actually going to be my third reread, and this is the third book in the Lunar Chronicle series, and in this one we are following Cress, and this is a Rapunzel retelling. I love the series. I've been wanting to reread it. I believe it's my favorite book in the series. I'll have to reread Winter as well, the last book, in order to like finalize my choice. The next challenge is to read a book with 5 words or more in the title, and for that we have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. So it's perfect. Like I said before, very excited for this one. I just want to read it, you guys. I hope I can do that during this readathon. I need to finally know what the hype is all about. The next challenge is to read an author's first book, and for that we have We Hunt the Flame by Afsaf Faisal. I feel like I've talked about this book a lot on my channel. For some reason, I still haven't read it. In this book, we are following our two main characters. One of them is a huntress who fights for her people, and she wants to find this old artifact that should be able to restore magic into her world, but not everyone wants her to find this artifact. Our second main character is the Prince of Death. death, and he is sent by the king to retrieve this artifact and kill the Huntress. So I'm very excited to dive into this. This is a debut. This is set in like an Arabian fantasy world. I am just super excited. The premise sounds super interesting and something that I will really enjoy, so hopefully I will. The last challenge is to read a book, then watch its movie adaptation, and for that I have The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. Like I said before, this is going to be a reread for me. I am super excited to reread this. I've been in the mood for this, and of course, since I will be rereading this, I will want to rewatch the movie. The Hunger Games is probably one of my favorite movie adaptations of all time. There aren't that many that are on this level, like besides Harry Potter maybe. The Hunger Games was just perfect, and I am super excited to reread this book, but also to rewatch the movie because I love it so much. So that's it for my TBR. As you guys can see, it's pretty ambitious. I mean, all of the books that I plan on reading are over 300 pages. I think the one that has the most pages is Crest, and it has like 550 pages or something like that. I don't think I'll be able to read all of these, to be completely honest, because this is happening during a week where I am working full-time, and so I don't know how much reading I'm actually going to be able to get done. But I will be vlogging my experience, so if you guys want to see what I actually end up reading and what my thoughts on all of these books are, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!